So for combo number 1, I'm going to be showing you just what one Salamangreat Gazelle can actually do. It actually ends you with a decent amount of disruption and the Gazelle back in hand. So start off the combo by normal summoning your Salamangreat Gazelle, sending your Salamangreat Spinny to the graveyard. Activate Spinny's effect. Since you control a Salamangreat that isn't himself, he can revive himself from the graveyard. Now you can overlay the 2 level 3s to make a Salamangreat Mirage Stalio. We're going to use Mirage Stalio's effect, detaching either the Spinny or the Gazelle. It doesn't really matter too much. And we're going to summon from the deck a Salamangreat Jack Jaguar. We're going to link off the Jack Jaguar into a Salamangreat Balinx, allowing us to add the Salamangreat Sanctuary to hand. Now we can link off both the Balinx and the Mirage Stalio to make a beautiful Ghost Rare Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. Shout out to my short series where I actually packed this. Now we can use Jack Jaguar effect, putting back the Mirage Stalio. It's going to summon itself underneath the Wolf zone. Wolf is going to trigger, adding us back the Gazelle to our hand. So the Mirage Stalio goes in. Now with these two, we can link into a link 3. This is where the Promethean Princess is actually pretty clutch. So you should see it on screen now. I'm using a proxy for it. Use the Princess effect. You can revive back the Jack Jaguar, or you can bring back the Sunlight Wolf. Doesn't really matter. And then link both of these away to a link 4 into our Raging Phoenix. Now we activate the field spell, send another Raging Phoenix to the graveyard, and then we can trigger the Raging Phoenix. It's going to actually add us a Salamangreat Rage or Roar, depending on what you need from your deck to your hand. So you can have an Omni Negate or a Pop 4, which is typically what I go for. And now we can either set the Rage or continue extending if we have more. Set the Rage and we're good to go. Now during our opponent's turn, we have the Pop 4 or the Omni Negate. And then we have the Gazelle to potentially trigger at some point, either when they out the Raging Phoenix, or if we use the second effect of Rage, send and then pop a card. And then with the Gazelle, we can send the Falco, and then Falco can reset the Rage or the Roar all over again. So that's combo number 1. Let's now move on to combo number 2. Okay, so for combo number 2, I'm going to be showing you what you can do if you open Spinny and Gazelle, which is essentially the God combo. It leaves you with 4 cards in hand, and in pretty much infinite interruption, because it's pretty crazy what you can do. So you normal summon the Spinny, link off the Spinny into your Balinx. Now you have 2 chain links. Chain link 1 is always Balinx, chain link 2 is Gazelle. This is so they can't ash your Balinx. Summon the Gazelle, add the Sanctuary, new chain Gazelle, Gazelle effect, send the Roar to the graveyard. Now we're going to do Spinny effect, sort of similar to what we saw last time to get into the Mirage Stalio. This is where the combo differs. We're going to use the effect detaching the Gazelle. This is important. Detach the Gazelle. Summon the Salamangreat of Fire. Fire effect. Grab the Salamangreat Weasel. Now with the Weasel, we're actually going to be able to special summon it since we have 2 different Salamangreat cards in the graveyard. And now we're going to link both of these away and make the first Sunlight Wolf of the combo. Now we're going to turn the Salamangreat Fire into a second Balinx. This triggers the Salamangreat Wolf, adding back the Salamangreat Gazelle to our hands. This also triggers the Weasel, so the Weasel can put itself to the bottom. We can give our opponent a Salamangreat of Fire. We draw 1 random card, which is pretty nice, so we'll just leave it there for now. And now what we can do is we can link off the Wolf and the Mirage Stalio into a second Wolf, triggering the Mirage Stalio to target the Salamangreat Fire, return it to the owner's hand, which is us. Now we can do Sunlight Wolf effect, grab Roar from the graveyard, and now with these 2, we can make our Promethean Princess. Princess go into Raging Phoenix, activate field spell, send another, relink Raging Phoenix into a Raging Phoenix. This triggers Raging Phoenix to add the Salamangreat Roar or Salamangreat Rage or Roar to the hand. I usually send the Roar first because if they hand trap you along the way, Roar has the ability to reset itself, unlike Rage. So this is the combo. We also have 1 additional card from the draw. So we started with 2 cards, ended with 5 cards, which is absolutely insane. In terms of interruption, we have Roar, which is an Omni Negate, Rage, which is a Pop 4. We also have the Promethean Princess in the graveyard, which is also a summon and pop, and if it lives, it also gives us recursion. We have a 1-card combo, Reset and Salamangreat of Fire, with the Gazelle as extension as well. And of course, 1 random draw, which could be a hand trap. And remember, you had 2 cards in your hand, meaning there was 3 unknowns, which could have been hand traps, or further extension, which is absolutely fantastic. So now let's go on to combo number 3. So for the third and final combo, I'm actually going to be showing just how you can OTK with 2 cards as well. So this is the Gazelle and Spinny, same as before, but instead of making a board, we're going to be absolutely destroying someone's board. So what do? Well, normal summon Salamangreat Spinny, link off in Salamangreat Baylings, chain link 1 Baylings, chain link 2 Gazelle. This doesn't change. Summon the Gazelle, grab the Sanctuary Gazelle effect. This is where we don't actually send a trap, but we send the Jaguar to the graveyard. Now, what are we going to do? Well, we're not going to commit to the Mirage Stalio because that locks us into only fire effects, which is not what we need. We're going to summon the Sunlight Wolf. We're going to use Jaguar effect. We're going to put back Baylings, summon the Jaguar to underneath its zone. So this is now back in the extra deck, triggering the Wolf to grab back the Gazelle. Baylings is now put away. Now we're going to special summon the Spinny. We need to do it in this order in particular because we actually need to link off and the Spinny will get banished. So you got to remember that. And we need to have a card on the field to be able to banish and return. So that's pretty important. Now with this, we're going to summon the Promethean Princess. Now Promethean Princess, we're going to revive the Sunlight Wolf. Put these 2 together. We're going to make the link 4. We actually can now activate Sanctuary, relink the link 4 into a second copy, and grab whatever we want. But in this case, we could literally grab the Omni Negate in case we fail the OTK, which is pretty cool. Now from here, we will link off the link 4, and this is why it's important that we have Jaguar instead of Spinny. We're going to go into the World Sea Dragon Zealantis. That's going to banish the whole field and then return cards. And the reason it does this is because now it actually trigger our Promethean Princess since our opponent special summoned a monster. Because in order for this combo to work, your opponent needs to have a monster, but 9 times out of 10 they will, going second. This triggers the Promethean Princess. It's going to destroy our Jaguar, summon itself, and that's actually going to trigger our Raging Phoenix. It's going to summon itself as well. And it's going to gain 1,800 attack, meaning it's coming out with like 4,600 attack, which is huge. We have a 2,500 attack Zealantis and a Promethean Princess with more than enough to go for game. But also during the battle phase, Promethean Princess does point left. We'll be able on a quick effect to just destroy 1 card on the field as well, which is very, very nice. And then we can just push for game. So that's how you can do that combo. Just keep in mind that if the Spinny is the one banished of the Zealantis, it actually won't come back because it'll be banished from its own effect and it won't return. That's why we need the Jaguar, and that's why it's pretty important. But I hope you guys did learn something today about Salamangreat's 3 combos, as I think this deck is very well documented. I feel like this is a deck that has probably some of the most, if not the most, combo guides on YouTube for. So I wanted to try and make it unique, showcase the 1-card combos and then 2 versions of making a board and breaking a board. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment down below. Is this the Age of Fire? I even got them in the fire sleeves as well. And I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time! Let's go!